guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Laura and I am a mother of one daughter, and today I have for you a fridge and freezer clean out, and then I have a couple more things that I have done earlier this week that I'm also going to put in this video. I think it's like some laundry and then also just like some fruit prep for the week. I had filmed a bunch of videos of cleaning last week and unfortunately they got deleted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move on and keep going. But I have been needing to clean out my fridge and my freezer for a really long time. Every time I look in there I get kind of overwhelmed, and I feel like this is really helpful to do so that you know what you have for the upcoming week, or you know the things that you are needing to eat or throw away, or you know, whatever that looks like for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hope you all enjoy. So I'm gonna first start out by trying to take everything out of the fridge, and then I'm gonna probably wipe it all down, and then I'll start on the freezer. So just because of like needing a big enough space, I'm gonna put everything behind me on my kitchen table, just because the counters out here, as you can probably tell, just don't have a lot of space. And I'm just gonna put everything out here. Sorry, my light's really high, really low, I guess, compared to how tall I am. So I was gonna go ahead and clean out the entire fridge, but if you can see, well, you can't see super close up, but this shelf is just really, really dirty. So I think I'm just gonna stop with all of the items that I have cleaned out of the shelf, and I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down, and then I'll put all of that back and then finish the rest of the inside of the fridge. Grab my wipe. This is what the inside of my fridge looked like before I took everything out. Obviously on the side door there's a big old stain that is like a sauce that I like to make homemade. It's called Yum Yum sauce, I think, and it's really good. But like I said, this is just kind of what the fridge looks like before everything is gotten cleaned out. Obviously I already took everything out of the door, but this is what it looks like on the inside, and I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe that side part down, and then I will finish getting everything else out and wiping that down.
So here on the table, those are all the condiments and things I pulled from the side of the fridge, and there's a little bit more on that counter right there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put back all the items that were on the side of the fridge in the door. Does anyone else keep a lot of sauce packets or packets that they get from restaurants? Because I seem to have a very large accumulation of them, and I always tell myself I'm going to remember to use them, but then I never do. Like, there's a lot of ketchup packets that I have, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to use that ketchup, and then I usually just pull out the bottle that I bought at the store, and so I'm just going to put those like up in the drawer with the little slices of cheese that I have. It's probably not really cheese, it's like fake cheese product, but I just like to have it on hand just in case I need to use it. And so now I'm just gonna go ahead and get out all of the items from my fridge. I don't have a whole lot of counter space, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. And I also have, I just pulled out of the fridge. I'm so sorry, my camera is moving. I think I had it on my washer, and my washer was probably on as I was trying to do laundry, and it just keeps like swiveling back over. Anyway, I do have mats specifically for the fridge in my refrigerator, so I'm going to take those out and I'm going to go ahead and wipe those down. I also have 2 drawers on the bottom, and so I'm going to go ahead and get those out eventually. Those are the mats that I was talking about, and I'm just wiping them down with a Clorox wipe so they are nice and clean to go back in the fridge. I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm cleaning up a cup of ranch that I spilled all over the floor. It accidentally fell out of my hand. And so now that I've gotten everything out of the fridge, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe down the very bottom shelf. The 2 top shelves, they have, I don't know what you would call it, but they have like holes or like, I don't know, slits in the shelves. And so I can kind of wipe those down, but I can't do a whole lot, and that's why I like to have the mats in there, because I feel like that helps a lot. And I am really getting down into that fridge, if you guys can't really tell, but it was really gross. I would really like to do this much more often than I do, but I just feel like it's hard to find the motivation to clean, certain spaces. I feel like I have just enough motivation to get the dishes done every night, and that seems like that's about it. But I'm hoping this week what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick a space that I need to clean or tidy up, and each weeknight, except for right now it's Monday, so I'm not going to probably do it tonight, but each night I'm going to, after I get off of work or when my daughter goes to bed, I'm just going to pick a space and clean it and try to get as much done as I can in that space. I feel like bathrooms are really hard for me to get done every other week, or, just to keep them clean every week. And so I'm going to try to be a little bit better about cleaning those more often. So I am finishing up putting everything back where it belongs in the fridge. As you can see, there's kind of a lot of stuff. I tend to overbuy at the grocery store versus not buying enough. I'm not really sure why. I think I have like high hopes of all the things that I'm going to do during the week, or like all the cooking I'm going to make. There's how gross those drawers are. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that yellow substance is that spilled in there. That's really, really nasty. And those are what the drawers look like. I emptied the veggie one, and so I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that out. But I seem to really go a little bit overboard with food at the grocery store. If I see something on sale, I tend to buy it, or if something is discounted, I try to buy it, and I think that I'm going to use it, and that's not always the case. So I'm also trying to be a little bit better about being intentional about the things that I need for my daughter and I, because like I said, I tend to overbuy like a lot of food, like fruit or vegetables, and then sometimes I have to throw them away, which is makes me really unhappy just because food is so expensive. I think earlier this week I had to throw away a container of raspberries, and I was really upset, but they were getting pretty moldy, so I was like, well, just gonna have to try to be better next week and try to remember all the things that I have and try to use up the oldest items first. So as you guys can see, I am just going ahead and putting everything back into the fridge, getting it nice and organized, putting things in the drawers down there at the bottom, and this was such a huge relief to get this done. I feel like it had not been done in a really long time, and I was super excited to have it done. And here's what my fridge looks like when it's all organized. I threw some items away that were old or that needed to be thrown in the trash that were bad, and so it's always super nice to have a nice clean fridge. I know it's not super aesthetically pleasing, but it's working well for me, and I'm so happy that I was able to get this done, and hopefully it will encourage other people to try to do the same. And then next I moved on to my freezer. This was a different day. I planned to do this all in the same day, but the fridge clean out probably took me about an hour, maybe even a little bit longer. So I'm just going to go ahead. I did a similar process that I did with the fridge, which was cleaning out the side, like the door, cleaning out all of those items, and then putting them on the counter and wiping it down. And I feel like that helped get everything nice and organized. And I think it was a little bit better to do it this way versus taking everything out. And I feel like it was thawing the items really quickly. And so I thought it would be better to do it in sections. Although I think a lot of people, like when they deep clean their freezer, they like take everything out. And I feel like, I don't know if there's like a special way you have to do that, which if there is, if somebody wants to comment below and let me know, that would be really helpful. But I thought this was just the easiest way to do it because I don't have anywhere else to put like my frozen items. I guess if you had like two freezers or you had like a deep freezer, you could, put the items in there. But unfortunately, right now I just have my fridge and freezer in here. And so that's just the way that I did it and thought it was the easiest. And then this is what the fridge looks like once it's all the items are cleaned out, and it looks pretty dirty. There was a lot of stains, and there's some like mystery stains in there. There's like some blue spillage. I don't really know what that was, but this was also someone else had this apartment before I did, I'm guessing, and so I think that was from the previous person. And I feel like it can be hard to, take care of items and get things really clean because somebody else had them before. So I feel like that's kind of a disadvantage of being in an apartment. But I'm hoping it won't last too much longer, and I'm just going to do my best to keep it as clean as I can right now. Now that I have everything out of the fridge, I'm just going to go through and throw away any expired items and just kind of look through and make sure that I want to keep all those things. And this is what the freezer looks like inside with everything out of it. I was super happy after doing this. I felt like I had so much more food in my freezer than I even thought I did. I remember there was ground turkey in there and some bacon. And I feel like I'm really happy that I found those items because now I know that I need to use them up. And so I'm just putting everything back in there and organizing it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I meant to put more in here, more prep for the week, but I didn't realize how long this fridge and freezer clean out would take me, so I decided to just stop it here. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helps you motivate to clean out your own fridge and freezer, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.